Hi everyone, Natasha here, and in today's vlog I'm talking more about meditation, but I'd love to share with you a story that really resonates with me, and it's a Zen story. So it's all about this Zen Master. He's teaching or wanting to teach people, and so they come to him for advice and for wisdom, and he imparts all of his knowledge. So one day this professor comes to see him, and he comes to have tea with him. He sits down for tea and is really enthusiastic about learning Zen. He's heard so much about it, and he tells the Zen Master everything he knows about Zen. And as he's doing so, the Zen Master is sitting there quietly and patiently with a smile on his face, and he asks whether he wants tea. And so he begins to pour a cup of tea for him, and he fills the cup to the top, and then as soon as he's filled, he carries on pouring. So the cup is now overflowing with all this tea, and the professor's looking at him thinking, is this part of the ceremony, or should I say something? And so it begins flowing over the table and onto their feet. And at that point, the professor says, "Stop, the cup is full." And the Zen Master says, "This cup is you." So this cup is a metaphor for you. And it's essentially saying that he is so full up of knowledge and information about Zen, or what Zen might be, that he's come to the professor too full. So there's no way the professor can pour any more into his cup. So he's saying that come to me empty, and I can then fill you up with wisdom. And I think this is really awesome, because so much of the time in life, our conceptual ideas about the things that we do get in the way of the actual experience. So it's very true for yoga. You may come to yoga with a certain idea of what yoga is, or you may do 1 or 2 classes and you think you know what yoga is, or maybe you do 1 teacher training and then you're like, I definitely know what yoga is. So I think what's really interesting is our limited knowledge and understanding can get in the way of actually knowing and experiencing for ourselves what yoga or meditation or Zen is. And so we have to empty our cup first, empty out. And essentially the process of yoga for me at the beginning was a process of letting go of all the information I'd collected about myself, about the world, about the way things were. And what's really interesting is when we have a set idea of everything in our life, which we so often do in order to just function every day, we kind of have to pretend that we know everything about life. Well, this knowing, or this intellectual, conceptual way of viewing the world, actually gets in the way of us experiencing incredible, mind-blowing experiences in yoga and meditation. And we could sit there thinking we know what yoga or meditation is, and it's getting in the way. It's like a barrier for the actual experience of what yoga is, what wants to come through in that moment. So I love this story because it reminds me to empty out everything that I think I know. So about myself, about yoga, about my yoga practice, about my teacher that day, about my world, about my job, about my friends, about my family. And as soon as we empty out, we can then allow the true moment to arise. And so the true moment is always unique. Each moment that you're in is a new moment. And we miss that magic when we think we know how the moment is, or how our yoga practice is going to be, or even if it's just holding the assumption that we'll be injured for the rest of our life. That's it, that's done. And so this kind of narrowing of our mind and our field through knowledge. Maybe we have the knowledge that things will always be the same. My bad shoulder is always going to be my bad shoulder. That kind of attitude can get in the way of actually our body and also our mind transforming. So we have to be open to new insight and new information when we practice yoga or meditation. It's really essentially a dropping of everything that we think we know. And Eckhart Tolle mentions that knowing or intellectualness can often get in the way. He says that wisdom is not a product of thought, but actually wisdom is a deeper knowing that is non-conceptual, and it arises from a state of beingness. So this quality of beingness or presence we can bring to our yoga or our meditation by dropping everything we think we know, for it's going to be limited in some way. And really it's the ego wanting to think that it knows everything. And when it thinks it knows everything, we miss the opportunity to learn more, to learn new things, and to fill up our cup. So if it's already full, then there's no way that we can ever be taught more, because it's already full. So yeah, that's just my little thought today. Hopefully it resonated, and if I said something that resonated in any way, please hit like on this video, and also comment below. I'd love to hear what you think of the Zen story, and also this process of really unknowing the world, unknowing yourself, emptying out all of the preconceived ideas and notions that we hold in order to then fill up with new insight and new wisdom. So let me know if you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe if you did, and I will see you in the next vlog. Namaste. If you like this channel, why not subscribe? So I release videos as often as I possibly can, and it would be great if you could subscribe and get them as soon as they're out.